faith, firearms, and freedom. This is Armed Lutheran Radio.
Hey folks, welcome to Armed Lutheran Radio, a show about guns, hunting, competitive shooting, the natural right of self-defense, and what God's Word says about the issues surrounding gun rights and gun ownership. I am your host, Lloyd Bailey, the Armed Lutheran, and this is episode number 374, and this is our online hangout, the Reformation Gun Club online hangout for August of 2023. I know it's already September when you're seeing this, but this was recorded in August, so technically it's the August 2023 Hangout. What does that mean? It means you're going to meet some members of the Reformation Gun Club, the men and women who make this show possible. If you would like to find out about the benefits of becoming a member of the Reformation Gun Club and get invitations to future hangouts like this one, please visit reformationgunclub.com. Membership starts at just $15.17 per year. That averages out to like $1.26 a month. And it really, every little bit is appreciated, and hanging out with these awesome people is a great joy that we are happy to do every month. And let's see, we've got 7 folks waiting to join. So I'm going to bring them in. Again, Armed Lutheran Radio. Visit armedlutheran.us/gun club or reformationgunclub.com for all the details. And let's see who we got coming in here. By golly, we've got a big crew here tonight. And some folks we haven't seen in a while. So we'll get to catch up with some folks here. All right. Let's start with Dan, because we haven't seen your smiling face in ages. How in the world are you?
I am doing well. I have been disappeared for a while. I've been
I was about to send out the Mounties to see if you'd been kidnapped.
Hey, but I still listen to the show every week.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, at least there's that. So what have you been up to?
Oh,
or can you tell? Is it a secret you'd have to kill us over?
Well, I probably, but my boss quit. My boss quit a couple of months ago, and I couldn't find anyone better than me to take his job. So I've been pretty busy with that.
Oh, more work for the same amount of pay.
A lot more headaches, less money, all that stuff. Yep.
Right. Exactly. Well, it's good to see you again. I'm glad you were able to make it. All right. Let's see. Good Lord. I don't recognize Curtis without the beard. How are you? What have you been up to?
Well, last couple months. The reason I missed, I was running auto parts up in Wisconsin, and it was always driving nighttime. So my schedule was really messed up there for a couple months.
Gotcha. All right. Well, it's good to have you back.
Good to be here.
And Stuart is down in Pensacola, Florida, dodging hurricanes. I hope you're okay. Everything's fine.
Yeah, everything's fine here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm trying these AirPod things now.
Yep.
It's well over 100 miles away.
Oh, okay.
The hurricane. We had a very nice day today. We're just biding our time until the next time.
Right. It
is what it is.
I got you. Okay. And Jim, we have not seen you at one of these hangouts. I know you've been busy, but good to have you back, buddy.
Yeah, June of 2021 was the last time I was on one of these. And it was just you and me.
We were holding down the fort.
Mm-hmm.
It's changed a bit since then. We've got a whole lot more fun people hanging out with us. So good to see. What have you been up to?
Well, I heard my shout out on the last show, and I need to tell you I'm no longer in Moline. I'm back in Fort Wayne.
You're back in Fort Wayne. Okay.
Vicarage is over, and the 4th year starts on Tuesday.
Excellent. Good deal.
So finish up seminary, and the countdown is on for placement and graduation.
Okay. I make myself a note to not call you out in Moline anymore. All right. Pastor Newman, Drew Newman is with us. Haven't seen you in a while. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fine. Can you hear me?
We can, yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm just getting weird. It's got my name as Donnie on here. I don't know who he is.
Donnie Ross he's next to you as far as I can see.
Oh, okay.
It's like, what's that old game show with the Celebrity Squares or Hollywood Squares?
Hollywood Squares, yeah.
Did I just date myself there?
That was a fun show.
That was fun.
Yeah. So is James going to Fort Wayne or St. Louis?
Fort Wayne.
You know Joe Goodroad?
Yes.
He's a member of my congregation.
Okay.
Yeah.
We went through summer Greek together.
Ah, okay. Well, tell him you talked to me tonight.
I will.
Excellent. And Steve, who figured out I was being horribly scammed.
Yeah.
I figured it was a scam. I just didn't know how I was being scammed. It didn't make any sense to me. And now it all makes sense. How are you?
Oh, yeah, I'm doing well, thank you. I have seen those scams before, and they are ridiculous. They drive me absolutely nuts. Yeah, I actually let one of them go on for a while, and I accepted their check, and then I called the bank where it was issued, and they said, "Oh, no, that's not valid." And then I called the company and found out, "Oh, no, it's not valid," and nobody could seem to track down the perpetrator. But yeah, those putting anything up for sale, you're going to run into this idiocy like that.
Yeah. I debated toying with them a little longer, but then I was like, it's not going to lead anywhere. There's no way I'll be able to track them down over six magazines.
Hey, I wanted to ask you how the bugs seem much less unruly tonight. Are they coming through the audio very much?
Only very slightly every now and then.
Okay, so do I need to keep muting myself or no?
I think you're good.
Nah, you're good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. We've got matching T-shirts. Donnie, how are you?
Doing okay, just off work. Of course, Peter's back at seminary in St. Louis in his 2nd year. Finished his summer vicarage. Preached one weekend at our church. So he's back and excited to be there.
Excellent.
And I got my latest gun thing is I've got signed up for two Saturdays of doing range officer at the club. Takes $300 off what we owe for dues, so that's always nice.
Excellent. And Mike is got a backdrop that looks very, very nice considering how god awful hot it's been. How are you, sir?
I'm good, thank you.
Where did you find that?
Grand Marais, Minnesota.
Oh, okay. What is this
Last
white
winter.
stuff? I don't recognize what that is.
It looks like
It's a
bird
great-
poop on a big rock.
Except for really slippery.
And it's not warm.
No.
No,
How are you?
Nope.
What have you been up to?
I'm good. I don't know, just work and trying to catch up, getting ready for fall. Actually, I'm getting ready to go up north for a few days here in a couple of days. So enjoy a little cooler weather,
Excellent.
hopefully.
All of us could use a little cooler weather, I think.
Well, it's supposed to be in the mid to low 90s this weekend, and I'm planning to escape that.
We actually were in the 90s this week for the first time in about 2 months that we have not seen 100. Yeah. It's
No
Texas.
thanks. No thanks. That's why I live where there's white stuff.
Right. William, where are you today?
At my in-laws upstairs,
Okay.
actually, which is just about a mile and a half
Which is
from
a
our
mile
house.
from your house. Yep.
Yeah, but someone's going to be in our house this weekend, so we're having it cleaned tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're still in Bentonville.
Very good. What have you been up to?
Looking for work, actually. So, but we do have plans to be in where are we going? Minnesota. In a couple of weeks we're going to watch the Piano Guys for one of my son's birthdays.
Okay.
And then we already have plans already paid for. We're going to be spending a couple of weeks in France in November. So anything I do has got to be remote because I'll be working from there for a couple of weeks.
Great. And as long as they don't mind the time change.
No, I can make it work. I'll just work afternoon to about 10 or 11.
Right. All right. Yeah, we've got my company is courting 2 clients in Australia, so I'm excited about the and one in New Zealand. So
Nice.
Excited about the time difference and providing support. All right, we have got a full house. Ed, how are you, sir? Good to see you.
Oh, he's muted.
He's muted. I wonder if he can. I hope he can hear me. And Rob has joined us. All right.
There we go. Should be
There we
unmuted
go.
now.
I hear it.
How are you, sir?
I'm good. I may look a little bit like shoot. I won't remember the name of the reference when I need it. One of the early techno movies. Guy slammed into a wall in a parking garage and kind of got computerized, and he digitized, jerked around. Are you seeing smooth video for me?
No, it's a little janky. I'm trying to think. What is that guy's?
Headroom.
Max Headroom.
Max Headroom.
That's the one. I got the feeling that's how I'm coming across right now.
Oh, that's awesome. So what have you been
Probably
up?
need to kill a couple tabs on my browser. I'm
Probably.
I'm here. Doing okay out here in Round Lake Beach, Illinois.
Good deal.
People's Republic of Illinois.
Yeah, I started to say. And Rob, how are you? Oh, we can't hear Rob. And he's not muted. Or at least not that we can see.
Everybody wave.
Yeah.
We'll do hand signals.
Unfortunately, I don't do sign language, so we can't substitute that.
Yeah, well, there is always
Yeah,
I know
it's a
one.
universal one.
Let's keep this family-friendly sign language. There we go. We can hear you now.
Oh, good. Apparently, it just wanted to tease me a little bit there.
It usually does. Technology's great when it works.
Well, the good news is I passed summer Greek.
Nice.
Nice.
So I'm an official seminarian now. The bad news is I just had to make a $700 contribution to the People's Republic of Illinois for the privilege of living in this fine institution.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And you're in, I can't remember the name of the place.
Muscuda.
Muscuda, which is where exactly in relation to things that?
It's 40 minutes east of St. Louis. It's about 12 minutes kind of south of Scott Air Force Base.
Okay. I've been through that part of Illinois once.
Yeah, if you've driven on I-64, then you went past it.
It wasn't what I expected. You hear all the stories about the only thing you typically in the gun world hear about Illinois is Chicago, and so you have this picture in your head of what Illinois looks like, and then you get to western
East
part of
St. Louis.
Illinois or southern Illinois, and you're like, wait a minute, this doesn't look like what I expected.
We've been pleasantly surprised. This place is about as close as a thing as you can get to Charlotte's Web in 2020 than anything else. It was amazing. They had like an August Fest here, and it said, it was Homecoming und August Fest because everything has to be in German here. It's surprisingly refreshing.
That's nice. Very good.
Cat.
So all you got to do is go to East St. Louis to get back to your Chicago idea.
Yes, and I have to drive through it twice a day. So,
lucky you.
Yeah.
At least you're not taking the bus.
True.
Very true.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
kiddo number 5 is a month old now. He and mom are upstairs resting, and school started, and everything's chaos. But other than that, we're good.
Good deal. That sounds like the chaos of all the parents this time of year trying to figure out what the heck's going on. School winding back up, kids going back to school. We've got volleyball going on, and we'll be off to somewhere tomorrow. So back to the fun.
Yeah.
All right, Dan, you get to lead us off with your drink recommendations. What are you having this evening?
Tonight I'm drinking a non-Budweiser barley pop.
Barley pop. Pretty much. Okay, good deal. William, what have you got? I saw you were swirling something interesting.
There's some Maker's Mark to get things started, and in a few minutes I'll be enjoying my favorite.
Ah, yes, very nice. Excellent. What is that you're putting it in?
It's just
it's got its own koozie.
It's like a thermal, so it'll actually keep it cold a lot longer.
Oh.
This one's called Frost Buddy. Yeti makes some. I got a backup beer, so if I do finish that one, and this one's just from Walmart. You can't even see that. There it
Always
goes.
carry a spare.
The Ozark Trail thing. Yeah, one is none. 2 is 1.
That's right.
Works for beers too.
Very good. Exactly right.
I mean, it works for whiskey too, because after I finish that, I have some Buffalo Trace, the very end of it, just in case.
Sergeant Bill actually had made he had fashioned himself a beer carrier to go on his belt out of Kydex.
Excellent.
Like, dude, you got to market that. That's awesome. Jim, what have you got tonight?
I've just got some Knob Creek.
All right.
Ooh, very buttery.
Good stuff. Curtis, how about you? Are you in the truck?
I am in the truck, and
So
so,
you're
there's
drinking-
no alcohol allowed, so I'm on water tonight.
Vodka looks like water.
That'll do.
You can't even have mouthwash in a truck.
Oh, that's right.
Rough.
That makes traveling with someone else interesting.
Especially when you're sober.
Stuart, how about you? Passing the hurricane with what kind of goodies?
14-year-old Oban. And Donnie, I like your. I see we got together to choose
guys
what
got
to
the
wear
memo.
tonight.
Very good. Steve, how about you? Out there on the porch amongst the bugs.
Yeah, well, same thing as last month. Texas blended.
Can't go wrong.
Again, highly recommend. Like it a lot.
Our town got our first liquor store this last week, just opened up, so that's going to be the first thing I buy.
Nice. Nice.
Drew, what have you got tonight? Uh-oh. We got more technical difficulties. Yeah,
Looks like
doing
he's
the Max-
partying.
He's doing the Max Headroom thing now. Yep. Okay, we're gonna move on to Donnie. We'll catch up with Drew in a minute. Donnie,
I'm here.
What? Oh, okay.
I'm here. I had to go. I had to go get a Boulevard wheat beer.
Ooh, okay.
So
very good. And Donnie,
everybody was talking about what they drank. So
you had.
And I had just finished a margarita with dinner, so I didn't know if I needed anything else. But hey,
that sounds like a good dinner to me. All right, Donnie, what you got?
I got some 15-year-old Scotch tonight. So, and we'll have to talk to Rob about, Peter and Max. I know he met Max, but I don't know if he met Peter. But we just have to wait till President Harrison shows up with his bluegrass band at the seminar.
I wonder if my internet is causing us issues tonight. It shouldn't be.
I'm sure Harrison will make a showing eventually.
Oh yeah, he's got a pretty good bluegrass band, I hear.
Oh, okay. No, I don't have any internet issues. Okay. I thought for a second there we had some internet issues going on. I think it's downstream. Let's see. Mike, what have you got in the frosty north? What are you partaking of?
I'm going to more summary. I got a tangerine sour today.
Oh, nice.
From Duluth. Yeah. Time to empty out the fridge so I can refill when I go north.
Right.
They got like 6 breweries and 2 cider houses in Duluth, so
no beers left behind.
Right.
Rob, how about you?
Well, I had to drive my 18-year-old up to start her freshman year up in Eau Claire, Wisconsin over the weekend. So since I was up in that neck of the woods, I grabbed a Driftless Glen store pick from, of all places, Festival Foods. So I'm drinking one to my old home state of Wisconsin tonight.
Okay. Very good. And I decided to go with a local, I don't know, it's not exactly local, it's a Texas beer. Oktoberfest from St. Arnold Brewery, it says the patron saint of brewers, supposedly. Not that we're into saints or any of that stuff, but who knows? And there's some big long explanation about St. Arnold, the Bishop of Metz, and him brewing beer. So there you go. All right. So what in the world are we talking about tonight? I have no idea. There's all kinds of craziness going on with, oh, wait, there's Zoom disappeared for a minute. Of course, we've got recent mass shootings in several different places. Florida, where was the other one? That wasn't a mass shooting, but a shooting at UNC in Chapel Hill, and there was a mass shooting was there one in Illinois this week? And of course, it's gotten everybody fired up to talk about gun control again, which is fascinating.
But they never talk about all the killings in Chicago.
That is an inconvenient truth.
It doesn't fit the narrative.
Yeah, move
Where
along.
the one in Jacksonville.
Those aren't the criminals you're looking for.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, where the one in Jacksonville was a racist piece of crap. And
yes,
you know what? And they have to make it look like Florida is such an evil place because Ron DeSantis is the governor. And,
right.
And he handles it well, and these lefty loons just can't get their heads out of their asses. They can never admit they're wrong.
No, because it's never about the violence. Actually, it's all about advancing the narrative and advancing the agenda. And it doesn't matter how many people gotta die, how many kids gotta be killed, as long as it advances the agenda. That's all they care about.
Yeah, as long as
if they really cared, they'd be doing something about Chicago. But That's not happening. And then wasn't there another shooting in California again? Another one? I don't remember.
Oh, that's not possible. They have strict gun control there.
That's got to be fake news, right?
Yeah.
Has anybody done anything? All right, let's stop talking about serious stuff. Has anybody done anything with guns lately?
You mean today?
Well, since you were last with us, let's.
Oh, heck, I've had a lifetime since the last time I was with you.
Excellent. Tell us all about it.
Oh, well, same old. A bunch of us go to the range whenever we have a chance and to do some training primarily. And every once in a while, someone will bring a guest and they've never seen a gun before or handled one. So we get to have a safety class and show them what's up and just plink a little bit, which isn't as much fun, but it's really fun to watch people. It's fun to watch people learn new things.
Yeah. Yeah. That is always cool when you get that first time they've never held a gun before, they've never shot a gun before, and the look on their face the first time they pull the trigger and realize that was fun is awesome.
And I don't think anybody's had a terrible time their first time. Everyone seems to enjoy it and wants to come back.
As long as you don't shoot yourself.
I try hard not to do that.
I can imagine there have been some people who've had a bad time their first time.
Well, the first time that I went out shooting after a long period of having no gun, my first outing, I managed to rip the back of my thumb off with the slide.
Oh,
because I wasn't holding it properly. And I remembered, oh yeah, you're not supposed to do that.
Yep, done that. William, how about you? You've been out to the range, or
I've been to a couple IDPA matches. So I missed last month's meeting. I just wasn't available. Online Hangout, I wasn't able to come. But since the last time I was on, I've been to I think 2 IDPA matches.
Nice. Where did you go?
Local club matches.
Benton Gun Club?
No, Benton Gun Club's actually in Benton, Arkansas, which is out by Little Rock. Completely different county. We're in Bentonville, which is in Benton County, which is weird because they call Benton County anyway. Yeah, so I'm in Benton County in Bentonville. Next town over, Sanderton, has an outdoor range. That's actually part of a storage, like a public storage kind of place called Lonesome Oak, and they've got a range in back. And the local club holds matches. I mean, they hold matches almost every weekend.
Right.
But, IDPA is the 4th Saturday of the month.
Very cool.
So, and I've been bringing some folks from church, and got a couple of them interested, even just to come watch. And then they've let's see, I've gotten one guy to shoot and 2 other guys to come watch. And the one who shot is going to bring his son back with a new 22 that he just picked up, so his son can shoot as well.
Excellent.
That's awesome.
So, and my 2 boys have been participating as well, so that's really cool.
Very good. And they are how old?
One's going to be 12 in a couple days, and one is 13. They'll be 14 in December.
Excellent. Are they still plinking away with 22s, or are they full power?
No, my boys have been doing 9s. So I'm the 17 and the 19, the Glock 17 and the Glock 19. They're using those. And then I got my wife to come the last time I went, and so she shot the 19. And I shot the 26, and yeah, it was a good day at the range.
That's awesome.
And I did go ahead and actually I bought the Glock. I don't know what number it was. The 22 caliber. I think it's the 44.
44.
Yeah, I think so.
Not confusingly named at all.
Not in the slightest. No. So I would have loved, the Glock 22 is in 40 caliber. I would have loved for the Glock number 40 to have been a 22 caliber, but they screwed that one up.
That would have been good marketing.
That would have been fantastic. Got me a Glock 40. So, but yeah, they messed that one up.
Guess who has joined us?
Who's there?
It's Pastor Bennett.
I'm alive.
He's alive.
Oh, he is.
Hey.
Oh, Don.
How are you,
Howdy.
sir?
Well, There's a lady that I've visited on numerous occasions, and she has hanging up in her kitchen a sign that says, grandchildren, something to the effect of grandchildren are God's gift for not killing your children. And,
I like
that. Yeah, so 10-year-old son is being incredibly grouchy.
So back to school not going well?
No. So far, not well.
Who knew that being off for 3 months would make kids not want to go back to school? So what have you been up to aside from wrangling children since last you were amongst us?
That's been a while.
It has.
I had sinus surgery since the last time that I've done this. That was back in July. If you have problems with your sinuses and you can find a good ear, nose, and throat doctor, I highly recommend it. Quality of life is better, but lately the allergies have been so bad that I may as well not have had it. So, yeah. But no, things are going good. Just been busy. Since the month of May, I think I've driven 12,000 miles. So,
Ooh,
good grief.
That's many fars.
Sports ball?
That people visiting from California, so having to make airport runs, hospital calls. My mileage reimbursement check for the month of August will be just shy of $800. So that's a lot of driving.
Holy cow. Have you done anything fun with guns since in the recent past?
The closest I can come is trading 3 boxes of 9mm for a gas-powered leaf blower. That's that's about it.
That's how expensive ammo is at this point. That's close enough. Are you drinking anything fun tonight?
Nope.
Oh, dang
nope. Cardiologist said only on holy days. So
that's right.
Yeah. I had a few beers this last week, though, so
we won't tell anyone.
See, what I do is I don't drink for a whole month.
Save it up.
Sunday is a holy day, so
right. That how this works.
Yeah.
Okay.
I might consider dual religions and being a Seventh-day Adventist as well. Then I can have.
Oh, you don't want to do that. I guarantee you. I grew up with that.
Then you might as well be Mohammedan too.
Well,
you can have Friday,
yeah,
and Saturday and Sunday, or Jewish, same thing.
I was gonna say the Adventists don't drink. They also don't eat meat or anything.
Oh, I
else.
know. It's like they took all the worst parts of the Baptist religion and all the worst parts of Judaism and said, that's how we're going to live our lives.
Yeah. I've got stories.
Oh, goodness. Stuart, how about you? You're down in the free state of Florida now, and have you been out shooting?
No, because I still haven't joined a rifle and pistol club yet because I'm lazy. I go to the Wahoo games all the time, and I forget, and it's not close. I have to go up to 30 pace or something like that.
Okay.
And so
I'm not sure where the.
But I did. Yeah. The most exciting thing I did was the kid that helped me move. I gave him one of my pistols. You didn't hear that, Biden. And
again, it's just between us. Nobody's listening.
Yeah. But John, you're looking good.
Thank you. I've lost about 25 pounds. So
how did you do that? Send it my way. I need to figure that out.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of walking and a lot of biking.
Okay. I thought about walking, but then I walk outside and it's 106 degrees, and I'm like,
well, I cheat. I got a treadmill,
I'll
so
just walk back in the house.
When the weather's nice, I'm outside walking, but usually I'm on the treadmill.
Good stuff. I'm gonna have to change the character in the books, I guess. Tall and svelte.
Well, I'm still tipping the scale at 265, so not that svelte.
Steve, how about you? What have you been doing shooting wise or gun wise, and since we saw you last?
Well, actually kind of excited this morning. I listened to another podcast by a gun writer that I really respect and like a lot. But he not only mentioned me, he made half of his show about the videos that I've been doing on general purpose rifles, and the idea that one gun can do pretty much everything that a rifle could be expected to do. Everything from, right up to spitting distance all the way up to 1,000-yard shooting. And he also, this is Michael Bain, he does Triggered, and his whole Trigger episode this week was on the same thing, and he mentioned me very prominently. I was flattered and stunned. I had no idea that was coming. I hadn't spoken to him recently. I've met him. I've talked to him. I know, how to get a hold of him, but it was really surprising. So it really kind of motivated me. I've got a couple more videos that I'm planning on putting up on my channel, and doing some more exploration with what you can do with with one gun without having to specialize.
Good deal. Hey, give your channel a plug.
Well, it's on YouTube. It would be at Cliffy109, CLIFFY109, and I've got pretty fair amount of gun content. A lot of it recently has been rifles, but if you go back further, I've done a lot of stuff with scout rifles. I also have some stuff on concealed carry, particularly with business casual attire. It's very hard to do daily carry if you do business casual, and I found one holster system that allows me to do it daily without question. And with a tucked in polo shirt at work, there aren't too many options, but the one that I use works. But that's the type of thing I have on my channel, and it's not a big channel yet. I've got less than 1,000 subscribers, but at some point I would like to be able to monetize it, but we'll see.
It'll come. I just realized that Curtis's background, I thought that was like a poster for 1984. I just realized it's a Minion.
It's not Big Brother, is it?
I know. I was like, see? Seeing that, I thought, okay, it's a 1984 poster. Then you got up and I realized, oh, he's yellow. All right. And with that, Curtis, what have you been doing gun-wise since we were together last?
I did drag the XDM-40 out to the farm when I went through last night and shot, or not last night, last time I was home, and shot a box of rounds out through that. I did find it interesting. I seen an article where the IRS agents were learning to shoot guns, and one shot the other one while they was at the range. I thought that was interesting.
That figures. I'm gonna have to find that. That's great.
Are they going to audit that shooting?
Oh, that's comedy gold. That's fantastic. Jim, what about you?
My guns moved to Vicarage, and they moved back from Vicarage. That's it.
As long as they all made it there and back. That's
Yep.
Very good. Okay. You're kind of like me. The only thing I did was sell the last of my reloading gear. Oh well. Drew, how about you? What have you been? You haven't been? We haven't seen you in a while, so you've got a larger frame of reference to draw from. What have
Well,
you done with guns recently, or not recently?
well, I haven't done anything recently, but we're going to be. Our Rod and Gun Club is meeting this weekend to fire off a few rounds, shoot some clay pigeons, and also some target practice with our pistols and our AR whatevers. So that should be fun.
The scary black.
We've got a
rifles.
member of our congregation that lives on about 40 acres, so we can go over to his house and shoot up the place.
Very good.
So
that sounds awesome.
Nothing much. The only other things going on in my life, not gun wise, our daughter lives in St. Augustine, Florida. I just noticed the other gentleman up above there is from Florida also. And my son-in-law works for Home Depot, and he was hoping to he'd applied for a new job down in St. Augustine, and I was going to be able to retire and move down to be with our daughter. He didn't get the job, so we're stuck in Kansas City for a little while longer, it looks like. And so
St. Augustine is nice.
It is, and the nice thing about it is our only grandson lives there, so we really kind of miss seeing him.
Yep. That's a nice little town for families too. We used to, when I lived in North Carolina, we would actually drive the extra distance to avoid South Carolina's beaches and go St. Augustine because it was always great.
The interesting thing is that housing down there is about $100,000 more than it is at a place called Palm Coast, which is about 25 miles away. It's yeah. They're not giving away houses in Florida these days.
No, not in Texas either. I can tell you.
Nowhere really.
Nope. Donnie, how about you?
Well, I did go shooting a little over a month ago. Shooting, so I'm set up to do the range off thing to get the reduction and stuff there. Was hoping to get out with Peter to do a little shooting, but didn't happen. He was too busy this summer between everything. So I've been doing. We're headed up on Tuesday. We're headed up to the north side of Lake Superior, so the socialists to the north of there.
Well, we'll pray for you while you're up there. Mike, how about you?
Not much myself. Probably the only thing I've done lately is help educate a friend on buying a pistol and what to look for.
Good deal.
He doesn't own one, and so it's like just kind of keep walking him through the steps and what do you want? What do you want to do with it? And go from there.
Very
and
good.
buy what you like. Just don't buy something because it's affordable. Buy what you like.
Apparently, things haven't slowed down as far as new gun ownership. I know they picked up during COVID and of course during all of the BLM riots and stuff. Doesn't appear that slowed down much because one of the elders at my church is he got his NRA instructor certificate a couple of years ago just to have it really. And now he's working like 4 days a week. He's teaching classes 30 people at a time, 4 days a week. And Aaron Israel got out of training because there just wasn't a whole lot of opportunity other than doing the concealed carry classes, which he was doing occasionally. There wasn't all that much interest in more advanced training. And he seems to be, my friend seems to be doing a lot of it with lots of new members, of course, or gun owners, which can be good and bad. Speaking of people shooting themselves at the range for the first time, and not that anybody got shot at his class, I don't want to say that, but he did have a lady come to the line with all the ammo in her magazine backwards, which is with that H&K commercial.
Bet that didn't work.
You're out of here.
That must have been difficult to do.
Exactly. Like you filled the whole magazine with all the rounds backwards. Well, hey, an advertising agency for H&K did that back in the 80s, so I guess it's not that hard. Jim has left the building. Jim, good to see you. All right, let's see. Rob, how about you with all of the insanity that you've been going through recently? Have you had a chance to get out to the range lately?
Unfortunately, no, but I have been able to get verify that I didn't lose any guns on the move, which is always a bit of a risk. Yeah, my minivan was like a rolling ATF outlet store, and like all the stuff the movers wouldn't carry. But now that I finally bit the bullet and became an official Illinois citizen, I guess I'm gonna have to figure out this whole FOID card thing now, so I can actually go to the range.
Oh yeah, you got to have that.
What's that?
Yes.
Firearm owner identification card.
Yeah, I grew up in Florida. My folks are still down there. Luckily, they dodged the whole hurricane thing this time around, but I really miss the whole like freedom state thing.
Do you plan on staying in Illinois permanently?
No, just we're living here in the parsonage of Zion Lutheran Mascoutah for the first 2 years of the seminary.
So here's what you do. Find a range where they don't require you to have a FOID card and make a road trip to the closest free state to buy some ammo.
I got to drive to Missouri every day for school anyway. So.
There you go. But I have my vicarage in Illinois, and I found a range where I didn't have to have a FOID card. The only stipulation was I had to buy their ammo, which they would sell to me if I shot it at the range only. So there's ways around it, but
so hang on to my Wisconsin ID and play dumb.
Pretty much, because I mean, it's the way it works in Illinois is you have to have a card that specifies the caliber of the firearm that you own. And I believe they only allow you to buy the caliber for the firearms that you own.
I'd need one of those flip out cards that has all the different. Cause I don't know if I've got three. I don't know if I've got 3 guns that are the same caliber. I've been a little all over the place.
Or just find a range in the St. Louis area, and then, yeah. My fire. I didn't own very many. I only had 2 firearms when I was on vicarage, but they were in exile in the case, except for one occasion. So. Yeah.
Did you have to have the FOID card to transfer or to travel with the firearms, or were you able to kind of get around the FOID card by driving, like you said, driving into the neighboring state?
Illinois has a peaceable journey law.
Okay.
But
as long as they're locked in a case.
If they're cased and not in your immediate reach. And it's weird how their peaceable journey law works. If you're not making any stops and you're carrying on your person in your vehicle, it's legal. I mean, really, not everything should be legal because we have this thing called the Second Amendment.
Right.
But if you noticed earlier, I was going to my safe. I lied when I said I hadn't done anything fun gun related recently. My father-in-law decided that it was time to give up some of his guns, so I ended up with a Colt Delta Elite 10 millimeter.
Nice.
And it's a little dirty, but an AMT Automag 2 22 Magnum. So
there you go.
These are hard to find.
Yes.
Okay, that second one, my son recognized that as the Nintendo Zapper.
Yeah, just about. I mean, it's.
Oh my god!
Looks like, it looks just like it. So their idea was to take something that looks similar to the 1911 platform and make it a 22 mag. So.
That's crazy. All right.
The 80s are calling. They want their guns back.
They want their guns back. That's exactly right. Oh man, I still have not been out to the range, and despite telling my elder I'm going to take him up on his offer of free range time, I just haven't been able to get out. And
I'm pretty sure lying to your elder is some kind of sin.
it's probably.
Yeah, I don't have a good excuse because I just have to walk about 50 yards.
See, that would be awesome. Yeah, if I could get what the tax office says this house is worth, then I could definitely get a place with enough.
Good luck.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that is one really nice thing about where I live is, we live. I only have 3 acres, but I live on a 400-acre farm. So they do a lot of cattle and they've got hay. My little 7-year-old girls love going out and running on the hay bale. So I've learned that if I just take my rifle with me, there's a really good possibility I'll have an opportunity to shoot groundhog. So my daughters know if they want to go run on the hay bales, they suggest, "Daddy, let's go groundhog hunting, and then we can run on the hay bales." So,
right.
And
no ulterior motives there at all.
No. And I'm up for it. All good. I'll I'll get a groundhog and then let them go play on the hay bales. It's a good life.
Very cool. Yep. That is the one that's the big thing that I miss. When we moved here, we like the small town feel. The small town feel that we had. It's growing like insane. But now the idea of buying a property with some land anywhere close to here is just, it's not even a question. You can't afford it anymore because our tax value has gone, it's double what we paid for the house, which is nuts. So,
and right now you probably couldn't sell even if you wanted to, because no one's taking out loans at 6 or 7%.
Nope. Yeah. Nope. Although this area continues to build. I mean, we're putting in thousands of new homes every year, and they're not sitting empty. So maybe that's the thing to do. Maybe just pack this place up and go and do what Will does and go find a place I can go shoot. Get away from this craziness. Do the podcast and I can work from anywhere. Like Will said, just find a place where I've got internet and I'm good. I did engage in some hocus pocus. I turned a Beretta APX into that.
Magic.
Yes.
Is that a BC Rich?
It's a BC Rich Warlock.
Yeah. But it doesn't have the Warlock.
It doesn't have the earwig headstock. Yeah. It's the only thing it's missing. But when I bought my first guitar when I was in college, it was a BC Rich Strat.
I'm more curious to find out how you ended up with the Beretta APX. The trigger on that thing is terrible.
The trigger actually is not, well, if you're thinking about the APX carry, the trigger is awful, which is basically it's just an upgraded Nano.
I think that's the one that I've, yeah.
It's a little 6-round, little tiny. I love the form factor. I hated the fact that it was only 6 rounds. And the trigger is awful because you cannot figure out exactly you can't figure out when it's going to go off because it stacks so long. And I remember I used that for a handgun, a concealed carry class in North Carolina. And this was the Nano when it first came out. And this is before all the wonderful micro 9s with, 10, 12, 13 round capacity. So Beretta came out with this thing called the Nano, and it was tiny. It was fantastic for concealed carry, but it had one fatal flaw, which was the base plates on the magazines were crap. So we're going through our training, and I think he ran us through like the North Carolina State Trooper training just to get an idea where everybody was. So we're going through, we shoot, reload, and I hit the magazine release. Magazine hits the floor plate flies off. Magazine, springs flying out. And I only had 2. Because it was so new, they didn't have any. I could not find a third one. And everybody else is shooting with their big, non-concealed carry guns in their competition rigs. And I'm actually trying to do concealed carry. And they got 15, 17 rounds, and they're just blowing through their reloads. And I'm like, I'm still picking up stuff off the floor trying to put my magazine back together. They were finishing the drill, and I was like, I'm still trying to find my bullets.
Part of why I went with the Glock platform is because I heard something that Tom Gresham said on his show years ago about every gun that you have, you should have at least 6 magazines for. So I figure if I get a half dozen magazines, I'm in good shape. But then Mag started coming out with their much cheaper and very useful magazines, and so now I've got a handful of Glocks, but I've got totally interchangeable mags.
Yeah.
And plenty of them, which is good.
Yeah, the APX, the full size APX, when it came out, I bought a whole pile of magazines. I actually shot competition with the APX Compact, which you'll have to ask some of the safety officers. I think I told this story about shooting 124 grain NATO, Privy Partisan NATO ammo through a 3.5-inch barrel on that APX.
Ooh.
Yes. The range officers were actually double plugging and covering their ears because it was insane.
9mm with a 44 mag sound.
Basically, yeah, you could tell when I was shooting all over the range. They're fine. They're good guns. I never had any reliability problems, and the triggers. The beer's getting to me already. The triggers were not bad. I actually liked the reset on the full size guns, but the Nano was god awful, and the APX carry was just the same way. I got my hands on one just to see if they had done anything other than just changing the contour of the slide. No, that's all they did. The trigger was still shit. It was awful. Just terrible. Okay. Will's making hand signals. I didn't know what that was about.
Sorry, he was asking about the Minion eye. So I was pointing it out.
I was explaining
the thing that you put in the windshield, and so yeah.
I was like you're directing air traffic or something.
Was he doing the same thing that I was doing? We're trying to figure out.
Behind you.
This is my 13-year-old who'll be 14 in December. This is Ezra. Say hi.
Hey, Ezra, how are you?
My daughter, who's 10. This is Vesper.
Howdy.
How are you?
And the son that we just sent to go shower, he's the one having a birthday in a couple days. So you saw him earlier.
Happy early birthday to him. Very cool.
We'll tell him. Actually, Ezra will tell him. I asked you just now in front of all these people.
Hey, tell us about shooting IDPA.
Ezra, tell him what you think.
I should shower too.
Give me bucks.
Put him on the spot.
Speaking of kiddos, I got to put this one to bed. So good night, all.
Good night.
All right.
Night.
Good night, Agnes.
Good night.
Good night.
All right,
I'm gonna
Rob.
call it a night too, guys.
Good
I'll
to see
see
you,
you
Rob.
later.
See you later, Dan.
That was fun.
Oh, you just found a great way to get him to go shower. All right. Either. Never mind. All right. That's probably not going to happen.
Okay. That's all right.
We could ask the same thing of my wife. She's over here.
Hey. I'm sure she loves being filmed sitting in bed. We're very sorry.
Stop putting us on the spot. No, don't drop that.
I would have.
Okay. with all of that craziness going on, I think we'll probably wrap here. Guys, thanks for hanging out. It's always fun to do it. And I'm glad you guys were able to get together tonight. And Pastor, it was awesome to see you, sir.
Good to be with you all again. It's been a while.
Let's get together next week and do something crazy. I'm sure there's some weird news that we can comment on.
Well, if I've got time to chat a little bit after everybody else gets off.
Ooh, that sounds good. All right.
I wanted to add something, since you talked about Curtis's backdrop. I've just been sitting here with this eye staring at me, wondering what the heck is going on there. And the eye just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
It's
Thanks,
actually
Curtis.
just a sunshade like people put on their windshield, but the sun was in that side. So I put the sunshade up so I don't get so much sunlight in the truck.
Oh, okay.
I'm sitting here in Salt Lake City and it's kind of warm in the daytime, and I don't run my truck for air conditioning.
Okay.
You did that.
Well, I'll let you off then.
All right.
All right. Well,
I
it's
forget
past
what
my
it's called. It was
bedtime.
them cylinder guys with the one big eye. I forget what they're called, but I got a pair of them. I usually put them in my windshield, so then it looks like my windshield is two big eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the minions.
The minions.
Yeah, minions. Right. There you go.
Minions.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. I really appreciate you hanging out. It's always great to see you. Drive safe, Curtis.
Will do.
All right. And we will talk to you guys again next month. I'll send
Thanks for
out invites
hosting.
again. Thank you all for attending, and thanks you for everybody who listened and watched and checked us out. Hope you'll come back and visit us again next week for another episode of Armed Lutheran Radio.
Thanks, Lloyd.
Thanks,
See you all later.
Thanks for the T-shirt.
Thanks.
Hey, no problem.
Bye-bye.
Glad you and Stuart got the memo.
See you, John. Have a great one.
Thank you, too. Good to see you, Stuart.
For show notes, be sure to visit our website at www.armedlutheran.us. Check out the Facebook page, The Armed Lutheran, or join our Facebook group, Fans of Armed Lutheran Radio. If you like what you hear, please leave us a comment on our feedback page at armedlutheran.us/feedback or a review on iTunes and let us know what you think. Thank you for listening to Armed Lutheran Radio, a member of the Self-Defense Radio Network.